Hey everyone, it's FoodieTea here again today. I'm just going to make a Hainanese chicken rice. I'm going to make it my way. It's got a few cheat moves in there that's going to sort of get it done a little bit quicker than normal. This is a go-to dish when I've got a couple of guests coming over and I wanted to slam something together really quickly and I want to grab stuff that's typically in my kitchen. So yeah, I'm going to show you my quick cheat way of doing a Hainanese chicken rice, and it's a crowd pleaser. You'll like it.
Now the first thing we want to do is to get the chicken onto the boil, and to do that you want to stuff it with some garlic, some spring onion and some ginger, and just everything sort of roughly chopped up and put in, as you can see here. And I basically did three cloves of garlic, 3 stalks of spring onion and just a rough cut knob of ginger. Now the next thing you want to do is get your chicken onto the boil. So get your water boiling already, put a bit of salt in, and you basically want to boil it on low for about 20 minutes or so. Now Hainanese chicken rice is all about the sauce, so while your chicken's boiling, what you can do is you can get onto the first sauce. And the first sauce I'm going to show you how to make here is the ginger and spring onion sauce. So basically, finely grate up and chop up the ginger as finely as you can, about 1 knob's worth, and maybe with about 6 stalks worth of spring onion. You want to finely chop that as much as you can, as closely as you can, but you only want half of it. You don't want the long leafy bits, right? So just the stalky, harder spring oniony bit. And put lots of salt on, to your taste of course, a big dash of pepper, white pepper, 2 big teaspoons of sesame oil, and about 3 to 4 teaspoons of just normal sort of cooking of vegetable oil, and about 2 teaspoons of oyster sauce. And you sort of mix it all up in there. That's pretty much your first sauce done, so just set that aside and we can get on to what I think is the best sauce. And to do this one you need some deep fried garlic, 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, that's some soy sauce there, so about 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, some ketchup manis, which are also about 3 tablespoons worth, some sesame oil, and you mix that all around. That's pretty much it. Straightforward, really easy to mix up, and it's one of my favorite sauces. Okay, now I'm going to show you a cool piece of kit to dry your chicken with. So that's a little chicken stand which my mum gave me. And also you're going to need some ice water, so get that ready. And that's to be prepared when you're about to get your chicken out, which is hopefully about 25 minutes later. That's the only thing you can stuff up in this dish, is to overcook the chicken. So don't overcook the chicken. Watch your time in. Make sure you get it done 20 to 25 depending on the size of your chicken. And then you want to wash the chicken as quickly as you can with the cold water. And what you're really trying to do is, there's a little layer of fat that's under that chicken skin which you want to congeal up as quickly as you can. So I'm basically trying to douse it with cold, ice cold water as quickly as I can. And here I'm pulling out all the stuffing before I spend a bit more time dousing it with the cold water. So, and then once you've done enough of that, you can put it onto your chicken stand, the one that I showed you before. If you don't have one, you can tie it up, you can put a glass under it. There's all sorts of ways. You're gonna have to get creative if you don't have a little chicken stand. Meanwhile, I'm going to get onto the third sauce, and this is a really crucial sauce to make. You need to make a little chili sauce. And to start with, I'm going to grab the garlic that was already stuffed inside the chicken and finally chop that up. It should be nice and soft. And then you need half a lime or lemon. Personally, I prefer lemon. Lemon's actually a little bit better, but lime was all I had in the kitchen that day. And then sriracha. Nice and cheap and easy way to make these sort of things. So big dousing of sriracha in there. And while you're mixing it up, try to sort of grind up the garlic in there. So you're trying to sort of break up the garlic bits. And then finally you're going to need about a teaspoon of sugar in there, and I just put sort of normal white sugar in there, and that should do the trick. So the 3 sauces are done, and we can get on to the last bit, which is the rice. So you use the remainder of the stuffing straight into the rice which is hopefully washed. And then you need a few strands of pandan leaves. You don't really need pandan leaves, but I like to have some in there. And you sort of tie them little knots and push them into the rice. And then get about 2 bits of lemongrass. And just using a bit of the stalk, mix it up in there. So I've got a lot of rice in there. You obviously need less if you've got less rice. And for the final bit, you're just going to put some chicken stock onto your rice. And you can obviously use instead the water that you just boiled the chicken in. And then chuck that into your rice cooker. And the fun bit, so this is after about an hour of letting it stand. Now if my advice to you is to let it stand as long as you can. Sometimes I let it stand for 3 to 4 hours, sometimes even, you know, the majority of the day. The new way of doing it is, the first time I remember I did it, I tried to cut up the chicken instantly, the moment it was done and cooled down. And what will happen when you do that is the chicken will spray everywhere as you chop it up. So you're gonna get chicken all over your kitchen, all over your clothes, and all over the floor. I normally start with the breast, so that's how I chop it. I can't really give you a lot of advice apart from don't lose your fingers while you're doing this. And also to be certain when you chop. So if you're not familiar with chopping, you know, just back yourself, go down and chop hard, and if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. I don't usually chop the wings up, and I don't usually do the drumstick, but I do chop the thigh, as you can see, and not very well that time. And that's pretty much it. Hainanese chicken rice, the FoodieTea way. Super easy with the 3 crucial sauces you gotta get. I actually took this to my mum's that night, and we demolished a whole lot, so that was pretty good. This here is enough to feed 4 to 5 people. You can get away with 5, especially, you know, or 6, especially if you've got a second dish like some vegetables or something. Alright, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe. I've got a whole bunch of other videos on my channels and my playlists as well, with a bunch of other recipes. So yeah, please hit subscribe, tell all your friends about FoodieTea's channel, and I'll see you next time.